DiffeRant Jeff here, live driving. Guess you shouldn't do that, but I'm not going to look at the phone at all. I just posted a vlog, but I realized that I really had wanted to speak a little bit about September 11th, and I didn't do it, and then I had to take a drive right now, so I thought I could just do this. And I invite you all, if you have any desire to share some of your experiences in the comments. I may not be able to get to all of them at this moment, but because I can't look at the screen. And but I don't know. I'm really thinking about September 11th today, and I think it's kind of healthy sometimes to remember the day. So I'm just going to talk a little bit briefly about where I was on September 11th, and yeah, I guess that's it. September 11th, I was in Queens, New York. And I was in a Broadway show called The Rocky Horror Show live. And I was a party animal bum, asleep in bed. And all of a sudden, I hear my phone ring. I didn't answer it. And I hear my mom screaming through the answering machine, saying, "Wake up, Jeff, wake up, we're going to war." And I was very confused, and I woke up, and I flipped on cable news. I think I may have flipped on CNN at the time. I don't recall, probably. And it was probably for me, that was the advent. I think actually for a lot of people, that was the advent of cable news being something that was an everyday thing in our lives. And I feel like I don't watch news anymore, really, right now. No time. I was hooked to the news, and I couldn't hold on TV. I think a lot of us have experienced that, and that was crazy and scary. But, okay, somebody cut me off. That's nice. I ran outside, and I went all the way down to this park in Queens where you can actually see the city. And you could see the smoke plume up in the air from the buildings. And it was crazy, kind of went over the top of the whole city. And just went all the way north. The smoke just went over the city and all the way north. And it was just horrific, scary, who knows what. There's fighter jets flying overhead, and you never see that. I had never seen that before in my life, I don't think. And the sound of that, and just the chaos, and it just so happened to be a moving day from our childhood home out, and so I was heading out there to help the fam a little bit, and I got in the car and got in just the most absolutely crazy traffic, dead stop traffic, to the point where we were all stopped on one of these highways near New York City. Got out and was even talking to somebody. I think I got out. It's kind of a blur now. Some of these memories, it's like, is that even real? Did it really happen? But it did. And I got out and was chatting to people, and the cars weren't moving at all. It was just dead stop. Everyone was just trying to get out of the city, I guess. And I took a side road, went around, and took some rear roads I never went, and somehow I ended up getting home. And that was one big part of the September 11th moment. But being in a Broadway show at that time was very surreal, because we closed down the theater for a day or two, can't recall now. And a couple days later, we went back to work, because it's when everybody felt the duty, and whatever you did, I think you felt the duty to go back and don't be afraid, and show them that you're gonna give them a theater. They're gonna get theater. They're gonna have a performance. They're gonna, whatever it was. Everyone who did anything, if you're in any type of service, would go wait tables, go do your job. Can you see the striped clouds above me in the moonroof? I cannot freaking believe this today. In the Northeast, I can't tell you how many weird striped clouds there are. Don't get me started on that. It's weird. I didn't expect that the sky was going to be zebra skies from now on. Like, that's just another topic. But so we shut down theater for a day or two. If you're joining late, thanks for joining. I'm driving. I wanted to vlog because I wanted to talk about September 11th a little, because I did my vlog today, and after I did it, I was like, I should have shared my experience with September 11th, and then also share your experience in the comments if you want, because sometimes I feel like it's good to share. I have not forgotten. A couple people I went to school with worked in the trade towers. At least one guy I know from the year above me, a really beautiful guy. He passed away. One of the kids I was in school with, his father right behind me was in the towers and didn't make it. And other people I probably can't even, it was just the town I grew up in had a lot of people who worked there. I just don't forget. I haven't forgotten. And I can't respond to comments. I'm so sorry. I because I'm driving. I'm going to the dentist right now. And I never do a live stream like this. I look like crap, but I just doesn't know. It's not about that right now. Anyway, just wanted to complete this little anecdote of my experience on September 11th. So it was a day or two after, and I actually had my first ever gig as a songwriter at a club in the city. And I made a painting, which I still have, and it was kind of like a abstract of the World Trade Center. I wrote a song called "And Then There Were None," which now looking back on it, I was a terrible songwriter. Everything was so melodramatic, but it really came from the heart at the time. And I was in the Rocky Horror Show. We went back to the theater. The audience was partially empty. It was really scary. It was a scary feeling being in the city, a couple days after, and you didn't know, was there going to be more attacks? What was going to happen, especially in the theater, because it's sort of like a public thing. And we all met up outside of the theater, and we lit candles together, and we stood there, and I don't know what we did, if we prayed or just breathed, meditated. We shared a moment together. It was beautiful, and it was awesome, and scary and sad, but also empowering and kind of happy in a way too. To be like, here we are, we're going to do a show, and we're going to do a show. We're going to do a show. And we did the show, and the part of the story was the swing in that show, which means, if you're not familiar with the theater term swing, that means I studied 9 parts in that show, 9 parts, and I was not in the show every day. So I could spend the performance in my dressing room nights, and I always wanted to be on stage, but in just the job I was given, my first professional job, and I was making this painting, and I was trying to rig up a way that I could hang it, because I had my first ever after the show. So I was all excited. I had all these brand new song, and I remember a stupid little detail, but I was trying to figure out a way to hang the painting, because I didn't know how to stretch the canvases yet, and I was using a scissor to poke a hole, and I sliced my finger. I still have a scar on the inside of this middle finger. You can't see it, but anyway, I went and did the concert, and my friends from the show came and supported, and I don't know. I guess that's pretty much all that I can share that's relevant to like the day and the couple days after. The show closed after because audience was really low. We couldn't get people to come out to the theater. We closed the show. We were probably going to close anyway, but we closed a little prematurely. We reopened. This is a little side story about the Rocky Horror Show on Broadway, but I don't know. I guess that's my experience. Sometimes I feel like, I don't think it's forgotten. I don't think September 11th is forgotten, but sometimes I find myself wanting to talk about it because it really was a huge moment. I went to the dig site 7 or 8 days later, I guess, and just stood outside of the fence and saw the workers and the big pile of chaos, and just was so weird. It's like you wanted to be connected to it in some way, and I find myself, I still want to say I was connected to it, which I don't know if it's just like trying to make myself important or what. It's weird, but it's still with me, and just wanted to talk about it a little. I guess that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go get my tooth drilled now because I got a broken filling forever, and my insurance is acting all bizarre, and you know how it is. One dentist wants to do a crown, but I don't want a crown. I don't want it. Dang it. I don't want your dang crown, and my insurance says no. So I'm going to a different dentist today, and we'll see what happens. Anyways, everything is good. Thank you all for the support. I'm a little sleep deprived, but I'm looking forward to all the things